Okay, so today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty significant from late 2025, that Ernst Young data exposure incident.
Right.
And our goal here really is to unpack why this was way more serious than just losing some customer data.
Yeah.
We're talking about the keys to the kingdom being exposed.
Exactly. The core issue, technically, it's almost unbelievable in its simplicity. A huge 4 terabyte SQL Server backup file, standard .bak file.
Okay.
And it was just left open, publicly accessible on a Microsoft Azure storage instance because of a misconfiguration.
It's just sitting there. How does that happen?
An improper access control list, the ACL. It's the basic setting for who gets access. Someone configured it wrong.
Wow. For a firm like EY advising clients on exactly this kind of risk,
Yeah.
that's quite something. So what made that file so critical? What was actually in it?
Yeah, well, it wasn't just like old data or PII. This thing had active API keys. It had current session tokens, user credentials, and crucially, service account passwords.
Service accounts. Okay, that's bad.
That's really bad. It means whoever grabbed that file didn't just get a snapshot of data. They got ongoing access. Service accounts can give attackers broad control, letting them move around inside the network, often undetected, even if users change their own passwords later. It's persistent access.
So the immediate cause was a technical mistake, a cloud misconfiguration, maybe just a wrong click or script error made easy by how convenient these platforms try to be. But if EY's main security didn't catch it, where did this thing actually come from?
That's where you see the bigger picture. This traces back to M&A, mergers and acquisitions. The vulnerable system wasn't even part of EY's core global infrastructure. It belonged to a company that EY Italy had acquired way back in 2020.
Right, the post-merger integration blind spot. You hear about this all the time.
Precisely. Legacy systems get acquired, but they sometimes fall outside the main security monitoring, the global standards. They just sit there, becoming these hidden risks, ticking time bombs, basically.
A 5-year-old oversight detonating now. Okay, so EY's own systems missed it. Who eventually found it?
It was found externally, a Dutch security firm, Neosecurity. They found it during just passive scanning. A simple HTTP head request flagged this enormous 4 TB file.
Just stumbled upon it.
Pretty much. And get this reporting, it was a nightmare for them.
You're kidding.
No, they apparently had to send something like 15 cold messages on LinkedIn because EY didn't have a clear, easy-to-find vulnerability disclosure program, a VDP.
That's a failure in itself, isn't it?
Oh,
Being
yeah.
unable to even receive a critical warning like that.
Absolutely. And that difficulty, that friction in just reporting the basic facts, it leads right into the really interesting part, the conflicting stories, the 2 timelines.
Okay, explain that.
Well, Neosecurity documented everything. They found it, reported it, and saw it get fixed all within about a week in late October 2025. Standard incident timeline.
But
EY's official statement to the public, it claimed the whole issue was found and fixed several months ago.
several months. That's a big difference. Not an accident, surely.
Doesn't seem like it, no. It really points towards a calculated crisis communication strategy, possibly trying to manage regulatory deadlines.
Like GDPR, that 72-hour notification window.
Exactly like GDPR. By framing it as an old issue, already resolved long ago, maybe they hope to sidestep the immediate reporting requirements and the potential fines for being late.
So pulling this all together, what are the key lessons here for anyone listening who's managing risk?
Well, 3 things stand out.
Okay.
First, cloud security posture management, CSPM tools. They're essential, not just for new stuff, but specifically for finding these misconfigurations in older cloud environments you might inherit through M&A.
Right. Got to scan everything.
What else? Second, M&A security needs to be baked in from the start. Mandatory integration, fully funded, including getting all acquired systems onto centralized monitoring and logging. No exceptions.
Make sense?
Yeah.
And the third?
Incident response has to bridge the gap between the technical reality, what actually happened, and when, and what the company says publicly. If those two diverge too much, it is asking for regulatory trouble, not to mention losing trust.
Good points. So, any final thought to leave us with on this one?
Yeah, here's something to chew on. Security researchers point out that automated scanners, the kind attackers use, find exposed cloud assets like this in minutes, sometimes seconds.
Minutes. Okay.
So if you expose infrastructure credentials, API keys, service accounts even briefly, you have to assume they were compromised. There's no real way to know for sure they weren't. The only safe approach is what some call presumption of compromise.
Presume it's breached.
Presume it's breached. So the provocative question for you is, if you must assume every single key and password in that 4 TB file was stolen the moment it was exposed, What does that really mean for how you allocate resources? Think about the cost, the effort involved in rotating everything, hunting for threats based on that assumption. How does that change your risk calculus?
That presumption of compromise. Yeah, that changes everything about how you need to respond. Definitely a lot to think about there. Very insightful deep dive.